warm welcome to all of you to the Apple Associates Group. From the earlier part of this video that you're seeing, you would already be aware that we operate in more than 20 countries across the world. We have different forms of business organization. In some countries, we operate as a branch office. In some countries, as a sales office. In some countries, we have a separate legal entity like Adiara India, the entity which you are joining. Operating in so many jurisdictions across the world comes with its own set of challenges, not the least of which is the ability to be able to handle diverse cultures and practices. As a group, we encourage diversity. We value diversity and we respect cultural differences. At the same time, it is necessary for every one of us associated with the group to be aware of our core values and our business ethos. To this end, at Apple Associates and everyone who's been associated with us, we have certain core beliefs, which I will take you through one by one. Firstly, we do very strongly believe in treating each other with the utmost respect and dignity. We do not discriminate on grounds of gender, religion, caste, sexual orientation, or anything of that kind. Each one of us is expected to deal with our colleagues with the utmost professionalism. Number two, respecting the laws of the different lands in which we operate. Operating in so many countries, each country has its own set of laws, some complex, some not so very complex. We make it a point to ensure that we take all requisite and necessary steps to be compliant with the local regulations, to support the government, to work together with all the authorities in all these countries. Number three, dealing with confidential information. For those of you who already have experience in the automotive sector, you would be aware that confidential information is very, very important. Leakage of that or breach of confidential information can destroy your project. We do understand the importance of confidential information to our customers, and we give it as much respect and treat it with as much importance as we treat our own confidential information. We have defined certain do's and don'ts when dealing with customer information, and you will soon be taken through all the do's and don'ts on dealing with CI and what you can do and what you cannot do. We ensure that all dealings we have with customers and vendors alike is undertaken with due regard to transparency. For example, every one of us avoids any potential conflicts of interest in dealing with customers and vendors. Let's say I have a relative who is a potential vendor for the Apple Associates Group. I never get involved in any discussions in regard to that vendor. If the purchase department or the department that has to deal with vendors is of the view that this vendor, this relative of mine, can provide services or goods to Apple Associates Group, I stay out of all negotiations. This is what we mean by avoiding conflicts of interest. Next, prohibition of corruption. Corruption does not only signify avoiding, white envelope jobs or under the table payments or anything of that kind. It actually deals with any situation where something we do or something we do not do can result in our receiving an undue favor which we would not otherwise have received. We ensure that we follow the anti-corruption guidelines we have put in place in respect of all our dealings, whether it's with the government or vendors or customers. There are certain restrictions, certain things you can do and certain things you can't do. These are defined in some policies which we will talk to you about, and you need to be very sure that these policies are followed without fail. Fostering of workplace safety and being sensitive to the needs of the environment. Now, all these practices and beliefs which we hold very dear are captured in some policies and documents. For example, the Code of Ethics, the Global Anti-Corruption Policies and Procedures, the health safety policies that we have, and there are numerous others which HR department will take you through one by one. Belief and following of all of this have helped us establish our presence in different countries and in fact expand our business all over. These are policies and beliefs we hold very dear, and we very strongly encourage all of you to become familiar with them, because this needs to be a part of the way you deal with people when you're a part of the Apple Associates Group. Each one of you will undergo appropriate training on all of this, And we also urge you to pay specific attention to a policy that we have put in place specifically in Idiada, India, which deals with ensuring that you are able to work in an environment that's free of any form of harassment. This is also something on which you will be given appropriate training in due course of time, and I hope you will take it in a positive spirit. Once again, I welcome all of you to Applis Idiada and wish you all the best in your separate assignments. Thank you very much.